Welcome everyone! There are many fake tutorials claiming you can get iOS 16 on the iPhone 6. The reality is, even though you can install the iOS 16 beta software profile in your iPhone 6, the problem is that Apple has server checks, and these server checks you can't get around. And what that means is when you go to the software update page, Apple servers see, you're using an iPhone 6, iOS 16 was not made for the iPhone 6, and so no software update can be fetched. But you may be like, well, you can jailbreak the iPhone 6, you can spoof the device information so it looks like you own an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8. But there's another problem. The second problem is that if you did that, and by some miracle, you could get iOS 16 to show up, and just to be clear, no one has pulled off that part yet, then when you install the software, every single file in the software is meant for one device only, or a collection of devices. For example, iOS 16, if you look at their firmware files, you have firmware for the iPhone 8, you have separate firmware for the 8 Plus, you have separate firmware for the iPhone 10, and some devices do have the same firmware file, like the 11 series and the 12 series. But the problem with this is if the firmware has not been built from the ground up for the iPhone 6, then the device, its hardware, is just going to refuse the file system. Okay, and what that means is you will not be able to install iOS 16 through the back door or through not the back door. The only solution would be use iOS 12, jailbreak the iPhone 6 on iOS 12, and install Cydia tweaks which give the newer iOS 16 features in the iPhone 6. So that you would have to do your own research for, but you can get the iOS 16 widgets with a jailbreak. You can get many iOS 16 features with a jailbreak. So research jailbreaking and use iOS 12, jailbreak it, get your tweaks. With that being said, if you'd like to help support the channel, please do check the description. Bye bye.